Hi, Course One. Just wanted to go through some of the questions that you had for the online formative. If you look at question number one, the equation d is equal to 48t. Our dependent variable is going to be the distance that John is traveling. That is dependent on the number of hours that he is traveling as well. So the number of hours is going to be your independent variable. For part B then, how far will John travel if he travels for 5 hours? If we use the equation, d is equal to 48t. We substitute in 5 for t, 48 times 5. D is equal to 240 miles. If John is traveling 124 miles, how long is it going to take him? So again, if we substitute our values into the equation, 124 is equal to 48t. Divide both sides by 48. T is equal to 2.6 hours. For number two, in the graphing problem that you had, if we have any graphing problems in the future, you want to make sure you click on this icon here to get you your line in order to graph or plot any of your points. The unit rate for the problem situation is 110 gallons per hour. So that would be plotted here on the graph. You needed to then make sure that you plotted the other points, 2 for 220 and 4 hours for 440. This is going to be your x-axis. This is going to be your y-axis. Again, this would be your independent variable, and the water in gallons would be your dependent variable. Again, the number of gallons in water is going to be dependent on the time in hours. For number three then, part A, we needed to write an equation for the number of tablespoons with the number of servings needed. We needed to define our variables. So x is going to be the number of tablespoons, y is going to be the number of servings, and our equation is going to be 4x is equal to y. If you used any other variables, that would be fine as well, as long as you define them. And finally, for part B, we are trying to determine the number of tablespoons. Again, if we use the equation 4x is equal to y, 4x is equal to 36 if we substitute values in for our variables. Divide both sides by 4. X is equal to 9 tablespoons. For part C, how many servings of the recipe did she make? So we are trying to determine the value for y. So 4 times 3 halves is going to be 12 halves. Y is going to be equal to 6 servings. Again, great job with completing the first online formative. I hope this was helpful as far as reviewing and going over the answers. We'll talk with everyone soon.